decade ago, well before seminary, my single 30-something-year-old self would drive a mile up the road to a church that I had truly begun to love. Each week, I'd enter the sanctuary by myself, having not yet met my significant other by that point. I'd look around, noticing that I was pretty much the only single person over the age of 25 and under the age of 65. Sometimes there was one or two others, but couples and nuclear families surrounded me each and every week. While most people were very inclusive, making sure to invite me to lunch after church, one particular Sunday, I felt completely ostracized because of my singlehood during worship itself. In making his sermon point, the pastor made sure to lift up marriage and the nuclear family as life's ideal. As he went on and on during the sermon, frustration and disappointment began to build within me. Why can't I just fit into this ideal marriage, this ideal family structure? Why haven't I found someone yet? And as the teardrops began to fall from my face onto my lap, and the questions began to pull me down, I rushed out of the sanctuary. Within the next week, I went to see the pastor, and I made sure to express how hurt I was by that sermon. He responded to me, "It doesn't matter. I just had to get my point across." Wait, did the church have a problem with single people? Were we hard to figure out? Did they just think it was a temporary phase in our lives, and single people would just come back to church once they got married and had children? And if some of us have been made to feel marginalized within the church because we're unmarried, wouldn't our very single Savior, Jesus, also feel excluded in our churches as well? That's when I realized that churches need to reflect upon how we treat all people of all marital statuses in our churches.